All right, picture this.
Okay.
You're planning a big heist for your next D&D campaign. Got to be quick, resourceful, think on your feet.
Yeah.
Which rogue subclass
Ooh.
would you pick for a challenge like that?
That's a tough one.
It's a question that's really been bugging me.
Really?
Ever since those 2024 updates came out.
Yeah, those updates.
They really changed things up, you know?
Oh, time, yeah.
They did, it's true.
For sure, for sure.
It makes you rethink those classic rogues.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what do you think? What's the best rogue now?
Well, honestly, it all depends on
Yeah.
how you like to play.
Right.
You know, some people, they love that magical approach. Others, they're all about the classic rogue stuff, but with a little twist.
Yeah, I get that.
The cool thing is, these updates, they make so many styles work.
That's true.
Each subclass feels really different.
Oh, yeah.
And they can all be effective.
Yeah, that's what's so cool about them.
Totally.
You know, speaking of rogues,
Yeah.
I had this session the other day.
Okay.
My thief almost got away with the crown jewels.
No way.
It was amazing. Picking locks, disarming traps.
Sounds classic.
It was, but it was more than that.
Oh, how so?
It was the updates.
Uh-huh.
They let me use magic items so creatively.
Interesting.
Like turning a normal rope
Right.
into a quick escape route
How'd you do that?
with a bonus action.
Wow.
I felt like I was in a heist movie.
That's awesome.
It was. Really got me thinking
Yeah,
how these updates make each subclass feel so different.
they really do, yeah.
Like that thief moment,
Yeah,
couldn't have done that with any other subclass.
I bet.
So let's dive into these subclasses one by one,
Sounds good.
starting with, well, the Arcane Trickster.
Oh, a classic.
They've always been about magic and thievery. Right?
Yeah, a bit of both.
But how have these updates changed them?
Well,
Yeah.
imagine this. You walk up to this heavily guarded door.
Okay.
Instead of picking the lock,
Uh-huh.
you create an illusion to distract everyone.
Clever.
Meanwhile, your mage hand, it's spectral, you know?
Yeah.
It sneaks in and grabs the treasure.
Wow.
That's the Arcane Trickster now.
Cool.
It's not just about casting a few spells here and there.
Sure.
It's about weaving that magic
Yeah.
into your rogue tactics.
I see.
You create openings, opportunities
Yeah.
that nobody else would even see.
So they're not just a rogue with a spellbook anymore.
Exactly.
More like some kind of shadow manipulator using stealth and illusion to get what they want.
It's amazing, right?
It is.
You can't even tell where the spellcaster ends.
Right.
And the rogue begins.
Right.
They're unpredictable
Mm-hmm.
and seriously dangerous.
I can imagine.
And don't forget about social manipulation.
Oh, right.
Enchantment spells.
Yeah.
Charm person.
Yeah.
Or
Like,
suggestion.
Powerful stuff.
They become these incredible tools
Uh-huh.
when you use them with the classic rogue skills.
Like deception and persuasion.
Exactly.
Wow, that's a scary combination.
It is. It's
So they're not just sneaky anymore.
Yep.
They can control people's minds too.
pretty much
It's intense.
a whole new level of rogue.
It is, for sure.
Makes you think twice about trusting anyone, right?
Right. Okay, well, moving on.
Or two next.
Let's talk about a subclass that's all about,
Yeah.
well, delivering the killing blow.
Oh, I know what you mean.
The assassin.
Classic.
They're known for critical hits, obviously.
Of course.
But do these 2024 updates
yeah.
make them more than just a one-trick pony?
You know, they actually do.
Really?
Yeah, they simplified the assassinate ability.
Okay.
So it's easier to get that big first strike.
Uh-huh.
But the real game changer,
Tell me.
Death Strike,
What about it?
it got a huge boost.
Really? How so?
Imagine this. You land a critical hit.
Okay, standard assassin stuff.
Right. But now you inflict even more damage based on how many hit points the target is missing.
So the weaker they are,
That's right.
the harder you hit.
Exactly. It becomes strategic.
Uh-huh.
You're not just hitting hard.
Right.
You're taking down those high priority threats
Makes sense.
with surgical precision.
So not just brute force anymore.
Not at all.
There's some real tactical thinking involved.
Absolutely.
Almost like they're a counter
Yeah.
to those bosses with tons of health.
Exactly. They can take them down fast.
Wow, that's impressive.
And get this,
What?
they're not just about combat anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, poison expertise makes them super deadly,
Yeah.
but also silent.
Uh-huh.
And their infiltration abilities,
Hmm.
they're better than ever.
Okay, so more options for deception and role-playing.
Way more.
I like it.
Like, picture this. You impersonate some high-ranking official
Okay.
sneaking into restricted areas,
Cool.
totally within their capabilities now.
Wow, that's some next-level spy stuff.
It is.
Now, for a subclass that always gets people talking,
Ooh, which one?
the Soulknife.
Ah, yeah.
Psychic blades.
I know, right?
Such a cool concept.
Visually, it's amazing.
But how does that actually play out in the game?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
It's like a rogue who uses their mind as a weapon.
Whoa.
Those psychic blades, they're not just for show.
I mean, they look cool,
They do.
but they must do something, right?
Yeah.
Like
They let you do ranged sneak attacks.
What?
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's amazing.
It adds a whole new dimension to being a rogue.
It does. It does.
But it gets even better.
Really?
Yeah, there's psionic abilities. They're about way more than just damage.
Like what?
You can gather information,
Oh, wow.
influence people's thoughts,
That's intense.
and even communicate telepathically.
No way. Like with your party?
Yep.
That's awesome.
All right. It's like having the secret communication line.
So it's like they have this extra layer of tactical awareness.
Exactly. You're not just seeing the battlefield.
Right.
You're sensing it,
That's crazy.
feeling it, you know?
Wow.
You can probe minds, find weaknesses.
And nobody would even know, right?
Exactly. It's like you're not just using physical stealth.
Right.
You're tapping into this network
Yeah.
of mental connections.
That's wild.
Turns the battlefield into a chessboard.
Okay.
And you're always one step ahead.
Wow.
And the best part is,
Yeah.
the updates made all of this even better.
No way.
The Soulknife is seriously powerful now.
Both in and out of combat?
Absolutely.
Wow, you're really making me rethink the rogue class.
Yeah, that's the point.
It is. It is. This is definitely a deep dive.
It
And we're
is.
just getting started.
I know, I'm excited for more.
Too. This is good stuff.
It really is.
All right, well, we've got a lot more to cover.
Yeah, we do.
So let's take a quick break,
Okay.
and we'll be right back with more rogue goodness. And you know what?
What?
It really shows you how D&D keeps evolving.
Yeah,
Adding all these cool new layers even to the classic classes.
absolutely.
And speaking of evolving,
Yeah.
the thief subclass.
Oh, yeah.
Some big changes there.
Really?
They're even more slippery now.
Wow.
More cunning than ever.
I gotta hear about this.
Oh, yeah.
Especially after that heist I told you about.
I know, right?
Right.
Perfect example.
It was. It was.
So what do you want to know?
What did the updates do for the thief?
Okay, so it's not just about being quick and clever anymore.
Right.
It's about taking every advantage,
Uh-huh.
using everything around you in unexpected ways.
Okay.
And the updates, they double down on that,
How so?
especially with magic items.
Oh, right. You mentioned bonus actions before.
I did.
Can you give me an example?
Sure, imagine this.
Okay.
Your thief is hanging from a chandelier.
Mm-hmm.
Guards are closing in.
Oh, no.
But bam,
Oh.
bonus action,
Yeah.
they activate a dust of disappearance.
Poof. Or picture this. Trapped in a dungeon,
Okay.
it's collapsing.
Uh-oh.
But again, bonus action.
Mm-hmm.
They activate a magical grappling hook,
Nice.
swing to safety,
Cool.
while everyone else is scrambling.
That's awesome.
It's that quick thinking, you know?
Right.
Turning a bad situation around.
I see. I see.
That's the thief.
They're always one step ahead.
They are.
And their stealth is even better now, right?
Way better.
They can stay hidden even after attacking.
Yep,
Wow, that's powerful.
it is.
Perfect for hit and run. Or ambushes.
Absolutely.
Sounds like the perfect subclass.
Yeah.
For players who love a little chaos.
Oh,
And a
totally.
little unpredictability.
Love those players.
Always got a trick up their sleeve.
Yep.
So where does the thief really shine?
Environments with lots of verticality.
Okay.
Opportunities for creative problem solving.
Like a city?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Lots of rooftops, alleys, secret passages.
I get it. I get it.
They're the ultimate escape artists.
Always a way out. No matter how impossible it seems.
Right. That's what makes them so fun.
It does. It does.
So much potential for crazy situations.
Yeah. You know, we've been talking about each subclass individually.
Right.
But I'm curious.
Yeah.
How do they stack up against each other?
Good question.
We found this article by LitRPG Reads.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one.
It's by Paul Bello.
Right. He does some great analysis.
He does.
It's all about rogue subclass rankings.
Based on the 2024 updates, right?
Exactly.
Interesting stuff.
So where does he put them?
Arcane Trickster at the top,
Interesting.
then Soulknife,
Okay.
Assassin, and then Thief.
Hmm.
I think a lot of people are talking about
Yeah.
his assessment of the Thief.
What about it?
He says they're too situational.
Oh, yeah.
He sees their strengths, but thinks they lack consistent power.
Compared to the others.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I actually disagree with him there.
Really?
The thief does require finesse,
Okay.
a bit more creativity, but their adaptability, their unpredictability,
Right.
they're formidable.
They are.
They might not excel in every situation,
Okay.
but in the right hands,
Yeah.
they're the ultimate wild card,
I can see that.
capable of anything.
Like turning the tide of battle.
Exactly.
Or pulling off the impossible.
It's all about how you play them.
Right, right.
It goes back to what we were saying about the thief thinking outside the box.
It does. It does.
D&D is all about creativity, problem solving,
Absolutely.
and underestimating the thief.
Yeah.
Big mistake.
It could be. It could be.
They adapt,
Right.
exploit their environment, use magic items in ways you wouldn't expect.
That's true.
They're a constant threat.
They are.
They might not have the raw power
Okay.
of the Soulknife or the magical versatility of the Arcane Trickster,
Yeah.
but their cunning,
Right.
their resourcefulness
Makes them a force to be reckoned with. It makes me wonder,
Yeah,
does the best subclass even exist?
that's the beauty of D&D, you know?
I do.
There's no one right answer.
Right.
What works in one campaign
Yeah.
might be useless in another.
It's all about context.
Exactly. The challenges you face, the choices you make,
So it's more about finding the subclass that fits you
that fits your playstyle.
and your campaign
Yes. It's about understanding the strengths
and weaknesses.
of each subclass and then deciding
Which one aligns with your vision?
exactly with your character's role in the party.
It's all part of the fun, right?
It is exploring the possibilities,
Experimenting.
discovering what works.
As long as you're having fun,
That's what matters.
creating a character you love to play.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
So we've talked about choosing the right subclass, but what about maximizing your rogue's potential?
Oh, interesting.
Multiclassing seems like an option,
It is. It is.
but it can be a bit daunting.
Especially for newer players.
Definitely.
It can get complicated.
So
Yeah.
before we dive into multiclassing,
Okay.
what are some things players should consider?
First things first.
Yeah.
Think about your character's concept.
Okay.
What are they all about?
Right.
How would multiclassing make them better? Are you trying to boost their combat skills?
Maybe.
Or expand their skill set?
Or even add a touch of magic.
Exactly.
So you need a clear goal.
You do.
Then you can explore different class combos.
That fit that vision.
So it's not just about picking what sounds cool.
Nope.
You got to think strategically.
Absolutely.
How those classes work together. How they contribute to the character.
You got it.
Like an Arcane Trickster.
Yeah.
Dipping into Wizard
Makes sense.
for more spells.
Right.
While a Soulknife
Uh-huh.
could take a few levels in Monk
Oh, interesting.
to boost their psionic abilities.
That's cool.
It's all about synergy, right?
Exactly. Finding what complements your subclass.
And your playstyle. Yep.
And let's not forget about feats.
Oh, yeah, those are important.
Those can really change things up.
They can.
They let your rogues specialize.
In certain areas.
Right.
Like sharpshooter,
Yeah.
a must-have for ranged rogues,
That makes sense.
or alert gives assassins a big advantage.
In combat, right.
Exactly. Always one step ahead.
And for thieves,
Yeah.
the lucky feat,
Oh, yeah.
that can be a lifesaver.
When it all comes down to the wire,
Exactly.
it's all about making strategic choices.
It is.
Choices that make your character shine.
That's what we want. Right.
Of course.
Yeah.
We want our characters to be awesome.
So optimizing your rogue,
Yeah.
it's more than just picking a subclass.
It's about making those choices.
Choices that matter.
Absolutely. That's what makes D&D so engaging.
It really is.
Rewards creativity, strategic thinking, experimentation.
Absolutely.
There's no one right way to build a rogue.
That's what makes it so exciting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So many possibilities.
Yeah. What?
We've talked a lot about mechanics, optimization,
Yeah.
but let's not forget role-playing.
Oh, right.
That's important too.
It is. It's what brings the character to life.
Exactly.
It's about their personality,
Uh-huh.
their motivations,
They're full.
everything that makes them who they are.
It's about making choices that feel real,
Authentic to the character.
even if those choices are hard.
Or not very heroic.
Right. And for rogues,
Yeah.
those choices
What?
can be tough.
They can.
They often operate in a gray area.
A bit of good, a bit of bad.
Their actions,
Mm-hmm.
driven by self-interest,
Okay.
loyalty,
Mm-hmm.
maybe even a little mischief.
For sure.
So how do you navigate that?
As a player, you mean?
Yeah.
It starts with the backstory.
Okay.
Their motivations, what made them who they are.
Right.
What do they want?
What are they afraid of?
What secrets are they hiding?
Once you understand their inner world,
Yeah.
you can make choices that fit.
Choices that feel consistent
with their personality
and their beliefs.
and those choices.
Yeah.
They don't have to be black and white.
Not at all.
A rogue might steal from the rich,
To help the poor.
but they might also lie
Cheat, even kill goals.
to reach their goals.
It's about finding that balance.
Between their roguish nature
and their own ethics.
exactly. That moral ambiguity.
Makes them so interesting.
It does. It does.
It makes you think
About right and wrong.
about what it means to be a hero.
And that's what makes them so fun to play.
It's a reminder that D&D,
Yeah.
it's more than just dice rolls.
And combat.
It's about exploring themes,
Creating characters that feel real.
even if they're not perfect.
That's the beauty of it.
So as you're building your rogue,
Mm-hmm.
think about their alignment.
What does it mean to them?
Do they follow the rules?
Even if it means compromising their morals.
Or are they willing to bend them?
Or even break them completely.
It's a question that adds depth to
Complexity.
your character. It can lead to some amazing role-playing moments.
It really can. It really can.
So alignment is key.
It is. It is.
Don't overlook it. Yeah.
Now, let's talk about feats.
Okay.
They can give your rogue a real edge
In combat,
and out of it.
for sure.
We mentioned some earlier.
Right.
But let's dive a little deeper.
Sounds good.
Let's start with sharpshooter.
A classic.
A must-have for ranged rogues.
Absolutely. Bows, crossbows, throwing daggers.
It lets them ignore some cover penalties.
More flexibility in combat.
Right.
And that damage boost.
Oh, yeah.
Take a meta 5 to hit, but get plus 10 damage.
Wow.
Game changer.
Especially for critical hits.
Absolutely. Maximum damage.
Yeah, for those stealthy rogues.
Yeah.
The alert feat.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Advantage on initiative.
Always one step ahead.
Can't be surprised.
Crucial for stealth and deception.
Imagine an assassin
Okay.
hiding in the shadows.
Mm-hmm.
Alert feat lets them strike first.
Before the enemy even knows what's happening.
A devastating blow.
That's the power of alert.
It can really change the course of an encounter.
Absolutely. It's a tactical advantage.
Now, for a more versatile feat,
Which one?
the lucky feat.
Ah, yes. The lucky feat.
3 luck points per day.
To reroll any d20.
It's like a get out of jail free card.
It is. It
It can
is.
save your life.
Literally.
Imagine facing a deadly trap.
Okay.
You fail your save.
About to take a ton of damage.
But with lucky,
You reroll.
potentially avoiding disaster.
It's a second chance.
Exactly. And who doesn't love second chances?
Especially in D&D.
Now, for rogues who like to get up close,
Yeah. The brawlers.
the mobile feat.
Ah, yes.
Increased movement speed.
Can't be slowed down.
Ignore difficult terrain.
Zip through the battlefield.
No opportunity attacks when you hit and move away.
So slippery.
Talk about elusive.
A thief with mobile.
Untouchable.
Darting in and out of combat.
Striking with precision.
Only vanishing.
They'd be a nightmare to fight.
They would. They would.
So we've got feats that are good for all rogues,
Right.
but some are better for specific subclasses.
That's true.
Like Spell Sniper.
Perfect for arcane tricksters.
Doubles the range of their cantrips.
They can attack from so far away.
And ignore half cover.
Even more accuracy.
Plus, an extra cantrip.
It's a powerhouse feat.
It is. It is.
It makes them a threat at any range.
Now, for those who face Spellcaster,
Oh, yeah. Gotta watch out for those.
the Mage Slayer feat.
That's a good one.
Advantage on saves against spells.
So much harder to control them.
And you can react with a melee attack.
When they cast a spell near you.
Plus, they have trouble concentrating on their spells.
It's like a spellcaster's worst nightmare.
It is. It is.
Imagine an assassin
Okay.
going up against a powerful mage. Mage Slayer makes it so hard to cast those big spells,
Yeah.
and with a quick attack, break their concentrations.
Spell fizzles out.
The tide of battle turns.
That's awesome.
It is. Mage Slayer is clutch.
It is. It is.
Makes those magical encounters much more manageable.
Now, for the thieves who rely on quick thinking,
Oh, yeah.
the Quick Hands feat.
That's a good one.
Use an object as a bonus action.
So many possibilities.
Drink a potion,
Disarm a trap,
throw some caltrops.
all without breaking a sweat.
It's the thief's resourcefulness in action.
Absolutely. Taking advantage of every opportunity.
So, we've covered a lot of feats here.
We have.
So many ways to enhance your rogue.
In 5th edition.
But remember,
Yeah.
these are just examples.
There are so many more out there.
The best choice,
Depends on your character.
your playstyle,
Or campaign.
experiment.
Try different combos.
You might be surprised at what works.
You never know until you try.
Now, before we move on to feats,
Okay.
I want to touch on something we haven't discussed yet.
Oh, what's that?
alignment.
Ah, yes, alignment.
The moral compass that guides our characters.
This is especially interesting for rogues.
It is, it is.
They often operate in that gray area. Not always good, not always bad.
Their methods?
Yeah.
Deception, stealth, sometimes violence.
Right.
Their goals might be noble,
Okay.
but their means, not so much.
Interesting.
So how does alignment fit into all of this?
Well, it's not a set of rules.
Okay.
It's more of a guideline.
For role-playing.
Exactly.
So can a rogue be truly good?
They can,
But they might have to make some hard choices,
for sure.
like stealing from the corrupt to help the poor.
A classic Robin Hood scenario.
But they might have to lie or cheat to do it.
Maybe even kill. It's a tough line to walk.
It is.
A good rogue, they're constantly wrestling with their morals.
I see, I see.
A chaotic, good rogue,
Yeah.
they might fight for freedom and justice,
Yeah.
but they could also be reckless,
Impulsive.
break the rules if it means achieving a greater good.
So a rogue's alignment,
Yeah.
it reflects their values,
How they see the world.
like can lead to some great role-playing moments.
Absolutely. It's about making those tough choices.
Choices that feel true to the character,
And sometimes those choices are messy.
not always clear-cut.
That's what makes them so interesting.
So
yeah.
when you're creating your rogue,
Mm-hmm.
think about their alignment.
What does it mean to them?
Do they believe in the law?
Or do they make their own role?
It adds depth to your character.
And it can lead to some amazing moments at the table.
Absolutely.
Alignment is a powerful tool.
Use it wisely.
Yeah, alignment's definitely something to think about.
Now let's talk about feats.
Okay.
Those optional abilities
Yeah.
that give your rogue an edge.
Oh, yeah.
In combat and out of combat.
For sure.
We mentioned some earlier,
Mm-hmm.
but let's dive a little deeper.
Sounds good.
Starting with sharpshooter.
A classic.
It's a must-have.
For any rogue who likes ranged attacks.
Bows, crossbows, even throwing daggers.
It's so versatile.
It lets them ignore some cover penalties.
Gives them more flexibility in combat.
Have that damage boost.
Oh, yeah, that's the best part.
Take a -5 to hit.
But get plus 10 damage.
It's a game changer.
Especially when you need to make those hits count.
For those stealthy rogues,
Mm-hmm.
the alert feat.
Oh, that's a good one.
Advantage on initiative rolls.
Always going first.
And you can't be surprised.
So important.
Especially when stealth is key.
Imagine an assassin lying in... Wait.
Hidden in the shadows?
The alert feat lets them strike first.
Before the enemy even knows what hit them.
A devastating blow.
It can really turn the tide.
It can.
Now,
Yeah.
for a more versatile feat, the lucky feat.
Ah, yes. The lucky feat.
It's like a get-out-of-jail-free card.
It is
3 luck points a day.
to re-roll any d20 roll.
Any roll.
Any roll.
Attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks.
It can save your life.
Literally.
Imagine you're facing a deadly trap.
Okay.
You fail your saving throw.
Uh-oh.
You're about to take a ton of damage.
Not good.
But with the lucky feat,
Yeah.
you re-roll that save.
You might just survive.
It's a second chance.
Everyone loves a second chance.
Especially in D&D.
Now, for those rogues who like to get up close and personal,
The brawlers.
the mobile feat.
Oh, yeah.
Increased movement speed.
They can really get around.
Ignore difficult terrain.
Nothing can slow them down.
And no opportunity attacks when you hit and move away.
So slippery.
A thief with the mobile feat.
They're practically untouchable.
It's a nightmare to fight against.
It is.
So we've got feats that are good for all rogues,
Right.
but some are better for certain subclasses,
Absolutely.
like Spell Sniper.
Oh, yeah, that one's great for Arcane Trickster.
It doubles the range of their cantrip
It can attack from so far away.
and ignore half cover when making ranged spell attacks.
Talk about accuracy.
Plus, they get an extra cantrip.
From any spell list.
It really makes them a threat at any range.
It does.
Now, for those rogues who often find themselves facing spellcasters,
Yeah, gotta watch out for those guys.
the Mage Slayer feat.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Advantage on saving throws against spells cast by creatures within 5 feet of you.
Makes them much harder to control.
And you can use your reaction to make a melee attack against a creature that casts a spell within 5 feet of you.
Punish them for using magic.
And it makes it harder for them to concentrate on their spells while you're near them.
Disrupting their magic.
It's a great way to counter those pesky wizards and sorcerers.
Absolutely.
Now for thieves who rely on their cunning and quick thinking,
Always thinking one step ahead.
the Quick Hands feat.
Ah, yes, quick hands.
It lets them use an object as a bonus action.
So many possibilities.
They could drink a potion,
Disarm a trap,
or even throw some caltrops at their pursuer's feet.
all in the blink of an eye.
It really embodies their resourcefulness.
And their adaptability.
So we've covered a lot of ground here,
We have.
exploring all sorts of feats that can enhance your rogue.
In 5th edition,
But these are just a few examples.
there's so many more out there.
The best choice really depends on your character.
And your playstyle.
And the campaign you're playing in?
Don't be afraid to experiment.
Try different combinations.
You might be surprised at what you discover.
Now, before we wrap up our deep dive into rogue subclasses,
Okay.
I want to circle back to that LitRPG Reads article,
The one by Paul Bellow.
the one with the rogue subclass rankings.
Yeah, that was a good read.
It sparked some interesting discussion.
Which is always a good sign.
It means people are passionate about the game.
And how these changes affect it.
Exactly.
He made some good points about each subclass.
He did.
He was a little worried about the thief being too situational.
I remember that.
But he loved the Arcane Trickster's versatility.
And the Soulknife's unique abilities.
It's a good reminder that there's no single best subclass.
That's true.
It all comes down to personal preference.
And the campaign setting.
And how you see your character's role in the party.
So as we wrap up,
Yeah.
I want to leave our listeners with one final question.
Okay, I like this.
Imagine you're sitting with the D&D designers.
Okay, I'm imagining it.
They ask you for your vision of a new rogue subclass.
Ooh, that's a tough one.
What unique ability or theme would you introduce to the game?
That's a good question.
What kind of rogue would you bring to life?
What would their signature move be?
What would make them stand out?
Would they bend reality?
Command shadows.
Maybe weave tales so compelling they could reshape the campaign?
Think about the mechanics,
The flavor.
the role-playing potential.
What would make your subclass truly unique?
Share your ideas in the comments below.
We'd love to hear them.
Let's see what amazing rogue subclasses we could dream up together.
It's all about collaboration
And imagination.
and the endless possibilities of D&D.
Well, that's all the time we have for today.
Already.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into rogue subclasses.
It's been fun.
We hope you found it informative.
And maybe even a little inspiring.
Until next time,
May your sneak attacks be critical
your disguise is flawless.
and your stories unforgettable.